Good morning. How is everyone today? Welcome in. The lo-fi night. Thinking about changing up some of my stuff, but that means I'm going to change all the things. Indeed. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's you? How's your mom and them? How's things? How's life? How we doing? The universe commands obeisance. I think I have things that it's supposed to be posted. Good morning. Let's see what our positive affirmation is. I accept myself for who I am and create peace, power, and confidence of mind and of heart. That was a big one. Big one. That was a big one. Hype for the emote. Hype, hype. I happen to like the nachos. Oh, I need to pep up this morning. I made the fatal mistake of going back to bed, you guys. But soon. Life's blood. But soon. Good morning, HK. Or afternoon, evening, good night, I guess. Just dribbled all over my face. Nobody saw that, right? What's new in your world, chat? What's new in the universe? I listened to the news this morning and it's nothing really. In case you're new to the channel. Unbettunately. You're so creative. Creative. I'm impressed that you can make puns in a language that's not your native tongue. Am impressed. I don't know if I have enough weed in here to make a joint left. Same old, same old. Do you ever play League of Legends? Have you ever played League of Legends? They have a new mode out and I'm kind of addicted, but I also played Furthest Frontier for like 5 hours yesterday. And Furthest Frontier is trying really hard. Like, they're trying. Manor Lords is trying, but I don't know if they're going to be as... They're not being as successful. And they have the one big thing I'm missing from Manor Lord. There's not a production screen. My big goal for today is to edit the Endless Space 2 video that I... And that's gonna be, I gotta figure out all kinds of editing techniques and tricks and things. I don't know. Like, I've been watching a whole lot of videos about my editor. Sometimes I love this joint roll. Sometimes I don't. Today happens to be one of those times I don't, apparently. I only filled it up halfway. But it made it look like it was full, so I dumped it all back into the container, and now it's not. It was misleading. That's no fun. I know, so the channel growth has slowed drastically, but that, I think, is probably because of my inconsistency in content. I've gotten a whole bunch of like views from garden videos. Like, make video game shorts. That is harder. And you really don't make any money off the shorts, apparently. Oh, sorry, Silver. I guess I could use that as one of your, like, shot grabbers. For who? The creator or the watcher? I could probably say both. Do you have a YouTube history? Have you been traumatized by shorts? I do subscribe to Video IQ, and they're pretty good about getting you ideas and things for getting views and that kind of stuff. Well, it seems that the watch time much more important than anything else at this gym. So it's really about making quality content and getting people to stay and watch your content. And that's the hard part. It's making entertaining content. And if you can make a entertaining 15-second video, then I guess you should, because that does get you watch time. You get 20 million people who watch it for 15 seconds. That does get you some watch time, but you only make like a couple dollars a day off 20 million short views. Because it's based on watch time. So I mean, like, obviously it seems that the objective of this would be to make a good video once a week. One that would perpetuate likes in perpetuitum. You know, something that somebody would watch later, like the Should You Buys, if they ever decide to buy a game. They Google, should I buy this, or is it worth the money, or whatever. And I don't know, maybe that's what I should search if I was going to look for a game. It's usually something along like Game Root or something of that sort. When you're trying to judge what makes you buy a video game, where do you first turn? I talked to Backcoaster yesterday. He's still playing Final Fantasy. Did y'all talk to him in Final Fantasy? 1 friends, 2 Steam reviews. So when you go to your YouTube reviews, do you search for YouTube, like this game review, or what is the search, the algorithm? Oh, good. I'm sorry I don't get to see him as much as I used to. He's a good fellow. But the searching for the algorithm, it's like, what do you search for? I feel like when it's me, I'm usually searching for like how to, like, I want to see like the first hour of gameplay. Am I going to be engaged? The first hour of gameplay is my. What I choose. Oh, I didn't put it. I'm sorry, guys. Now your chat will show up on the screen. What game I choose depends on aesthetics, gameplay, plot. So your game has to have a story. And then the question still remains, what do you actually search for? Go to YouTube and I'm looking for your game. Gameplay? Is it Let's Play? Is it... That way I'll make sure it's a tag and a heading game so other people search it. Does anybody else ever get annoyed by their own nose? Like, these just fit, just every time, like, to drink them, I have to squish my nose. I guess what I search for is game review. I thought. And I feel like I usually include the words game and review tags and descriptions. And I mean, I'm really enjoying the DaVinci Resolve as far as like the editor itself. It is a good program. Glad I stumbled across that one. But they're all complicated and they all require learning so much about like color corrections and sound levels and monitor. Like, there's just so much. There's just so much. See, there's another one. First impression. To make sure that's in there too. So should you buy first impressions and game review? Cover all of that. And I think maybe. The Pillars of the Eternity have gotten several comments. None of them are favorable. Like, people are enjoying that I told the truth about Pillars of Eternity. And which I don't get is, like, if you go look at Pillars of Eternity on Steam, it's still $30. All the reviews, it's just mostly positive. Like, it seems like I was making it like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna hate that I hate this game. But no, a lot of people hate this game. Well, a lot is 42. And an in-depth review, do you expect that to be like a half-hour video? still, all the ones that have like the watch time still shorts. People are watching this one enough, like it's a loop.
The new rainwater capture system.
Watch it again.
Got a few leaks, but seems to be doing okay. I think a little Flex Seal or caulking might take care of that, but getting plenty of through. The new rainwater capture system. Got a few leaks, but seems to be doing okay. I think a little Flex Seal or caulking might take care of that, but getting plenty of through.
And several people have told me that rainwater capture is illegal. I have looked. It is not. In case it ever comes up.
I think a little Flex Seal or caulking might take care of that.
If I was going to use it for a potable, sellable water source, it would be illegal. But capturing rainwater from my garden is not illegal. So people stop telling me that in the comment. It's not. Now that I know, comments are not really. This is. Damn it! I've lost the. I'm gonna show you. At least it drives engagement. I mean, but that doesn't matter anymore. Anything in America can be illegal, and like. Don't get me started with the little local laws of municipalities. Like, it's crazy what kind of random shit can be illegal. I mean, like, having traveled with my organization and working with like local governments of like all across the country, you come across a lot of stupid laws. You're like, why is this a law? And they're like, well, in 1806, blah, 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 was mad at blah, 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 and they passed a law to make it say that the Josephs couldn't walk across 5th Street, and now it's a whole racial thing because the Josephs happened to be black. You know, like, it's... I may have packed this one a little tight at the end. Yeah. The land of the free, we aren't that free. But, you know, c'est la vie. Be as free as you can. Let your love light shine, let your wings soar. Let your freak flag fly, America. Yep. Are we excited for presidential debates? I sure am pissed that they wouldn't even let RFK go. Pissed. At least he's in the news now. At least he's getting mentioned. Getting mentioned a whole lot. I appreciate the mentions. P.T. Barnum said any publicity is good publicity. Unless it's a Trump flag, then burn it to hell. Freedom. Want to do it, you do it, but they even make Trump flags? I mean, I'll say that every time I drive by a sign in the yard, it's like, Trump 2024, I want to just rip it out of the yard, but I don't, because let your freak flag fly, buddy. I would like to say that I live by the saying, can't improve the silence, don't break it. But I obviously don't. I wish I did that. Wish I could keep my mouth shut more than. My opinions are often not wanted or warranted, but I give them anyway. And always regret it afterwards. Like, why did I say that? Like, I didn't go to my cousin's wedding this weekend. Well, my cousin's daughter? Does that make her my great niece? I don't know. I didn't go to her wedding because they spent extravagant amount of money on it, and I knew that if I was going to be sitting there every time I had anything, I'd be like, oh, how much is this? Oh my god, how much is this? Oh my god, like, I can't believe this cost this much. Oh my god. That's all I would have been doing. So I can't. Oh yeah, there are dozens of trucks in my town that drive with it. Like, I think you should stop them and preach them to the gospel of RFK. I think a lot of Trump voters are just looking for somebody to shake up the establishment, or just looking for somebody to make some waves. I'm not a brainworm guy. If that's the worst thing I can say about RFK Jr. I mean, 100 million Americans have had it every year. It's not like it's a rarity situation, and probably still going to win the debate. Still a more eloquent speaker, even with the spasmodic dysphonia, the thing with his voice where he doesn't have he has a still would rather listen to him than Trump. And Biden just reads off teleprompter. I mean, he literally squints and just reading off the teleprompter. Like, he's not even good at reading off a teleprompter. And I mean, literally, president basically has one job, and it gives speeches. That's why Obama was a good president. I like to hear him speak. I went to several of his rallies. I campaigned for him because I liked to hear him speak. Somebody that I liked to be in a room with. You were like, okay. I'm not like, I never met the man or whatever, but like, when you go to a rally, like, there's an air, there's a feel, a vibe that you're like, oh, this is cool. I feel comfortable here. Everybody's cool. We're comfortable here. I do not feel that way at a Trump rally, and yes, I have been to one. That was in 2016. But I mean, I go. Like, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but that's probably true. They're motivated by shaking up the system. Hard to sell. Convince them to vote for dynastic Democratic family, though. Ah, but the family disowned him. That's a perk in my book. They made big news about how the whole family decided to vote for Joe Biden, and he was like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna run anyway. I mean, he's got his own money. Like, he's been a litigator lawyer, and I mean, he's inherited all that Kennedy money. Like, just because they disowned him doesn't mean he's not legally entitled to that money. So well, I mean, maybe if they had legally disinherited him, but I think that inheritance has probably already been disseminated. I'm pretty sure he already has it. And I mean, they're just going to make enough waves. And I really feel like that Trump supporters would be much more likely to vote for RFK than Biden supporters. And I think a lot of Trump supporters are just loud and obnoxious and not that plentiful, to be fair. There are a lot of people who just wouldn't vote for Joe Biden. Like, there's a lot of people out there who are voting against Joe Biden and against Trump. Those people are the ones that we need to convince to vote for Kennedy. Trying to make a heart there, didn't work. I don't know how to... some kind of... They did just some weird finger thumb thing. Like, this is the fuck you, this is the I love you. They're very close. I was like, I don't know if y'all should have made those two things so close. That seems a little scary. Scary. I mean, I'll say that when Bobby Kennedy entered the race, it gave me hope. I was thinking, oh god, there really isn't even a third choice at this point. So, yeah. He needs to get, like, I don't know which state you're in, But if he's not already on your ballot, he needs 5,000 signatures in Virginia. But there's a link on his website at Kennedy Shannon. I think it's just Kennedy24.com. KennedyShanahan24.com. I'm sure if you started searching in Kennedy24.com, it would take you to the website. Google the algorithm. So yeah, gave me hope. And I mean, I don't like everything the man says. Don't get me wrong. I think you and I disagree on the COVID world, but he's probably more in your camp. COVID world, fine. He's an anti-vaxxer and wouldn't have shut the government down. And I'm like, fuck. If we had shut the government down quicker, it wouldn't have been as long. I think we had a and I just think it's crazy that Americans can't be asked to wear masks. Like, I also am a libertarian and am for freedom, so I don't believe they should make legislation that, oh, you have to get a vaccine, oh, you have to wear a mask, because that's against American ideals. But everybody in America came together to fucking clap at 7 o'clock at night when people were dying in the streets. We couldn't have worn a mask. Like, it's not even that big of an inconvenience to wear a mask. Like, I still wear a mask in public some places. If I'm going to a large crowd, I'm probably still wearing a mask, because I learned that wearing a mask, I didn't get as sick as often. Like, fuck, like, the whole time we were out there with COVID, I didn't have the flu or cold or, like, I have not really been sick since then other than COVID. Like, I feel like COVID's the only thing I've had in the last 5-6 years. That's because I usually wear a mask in crowded places, and I'm like, well, damn, I guess, why aren't we wearing masks well before? Like, every time I go to a Comic-Con, or, like, I used to get a crud, and I'd be like, blow up, but now I wear a mask, and I don't. And I'm like, okay, I will certainly take people's judgment for a single day, as opposed to, you know, being sick for 3 days after the event. Like, yeah. So, I don't know why that was a thing. And I mean, like, I don't know. If I was going to make America great again, it'd be going back to the point where we cared about what our neighbors thought of us. Like, where if we cared what other people around us thought. Like, this movement where I am first, and me movement. I don't want to say the Me Too, because I get that one, but the me movement, the entitlement movement. Everybody's like, I deserve this. I shouldn't have to wear a mask. Well, shit, sometimes life is shitty and you have to do things you don't want to. Nobody wants to wear a mask. It is annoying, but it ain't that serious. Like, damn. I didn't say anything about force. I mean, when I go into a room and there's 3,000 people standing in like a conference hall or something, I'm thinking, what are they all breathing out? Because I mean, like, that was the big lie with the masks, is that I don't think masks were really effective for COVID. But masks are certainly effective. Like, they've been wearing masks in operating rooms since the 1800s. Like, masks are effective at stopping the spread of the regular germs, like the cold, the flu, the strep throat. Like, humans are gross. We are forever expediating things and, like, oh, I would imply it by social judgment. Like, you can't force people to do anything, but social judgment. Like, if you get the whole society on board, like, I witnessed it in Hawaii. Like, Hawaii has a much more, like, Asian-y influence. So, like, it was easy for them. They said, ever put a mask on, and people were wearing masks before COVID because they had the avian flu in China. So a lot of people had brought that over. So it wasn't that abnormal to see a person wearing a mask in COVID before COVID. So when Hawaii went on lockdown, it was like, just boop, nobody. It wasn't even a thing. Everybody just complied. Everybody just did it. And if there was a person who didn't, like, there were people in grocery stores, like, pointing and shouting, "No mask! No mask! No mask!" Like, the whole time they walked through grocery stores and stuff. Like, it was a social shaming that made it happen. The old Asian ladies, "Oh, no mask! No mask!" It was a social shaming that made that happen. And really, social shaming is what makes everything happen. Like, the whole law is it? I mean, she has a right to sit there and be freaked out. I mean, as much as we think you don't want to wear a mask, you're causing that woman emotional distress. She certainly has the right to point and scream at you and say you're not wearing a mask. What are you going to do about it? Call the police? I mean, I love some of the Asian cultures because of that. Like, I'll tell you what I think. This is it. I appreciate people being upfront and blatant about it. And I mean, I know people who died from COVID. Like, I know it is a thing that kills people, but most of them had some respiratory problems in the first place. Like, I worked with this girl in Hawaii who died, but she was taking medication for asthma. Like, she had breathing problems in the first place. But, you know, that was awful, and it was very triggering to work next to somebody who literally was like doing fine one day and then dead 2 days later. So I'm definitely on board with the social distancing. I was on board with that well before COVID as well. I took microbiology. I look at doorknobs in different ways. I'm a germaphobe already, but that doesn't give. I mean, like, where's my protection from that? Like, if I would like everyone to wear a hazmat suit when they left the house, that would make me happy, but I can't force that. She has the right to be screaming harpy, but if she's mentally unbalanced, how has she existed in public before? I would say define mentally unbalanced. I mean, if all the old Asian women are doing that at every grocery store in Hawaii, no, they banded together. They took their mahjong league and decided to enforce the mask rule. They were social vigilantes enforcing their policies by social shaming. They weren't touching anybody. They weren't, I mean, there were people with too much free time. It's the same thing as, like, here, when you have people that go outside to abortion clinics and protest and stuff and harass people all the way to an abortion clinic. How does that they have a right to do that? They do. America! I mean, that's the whole double-edged sword, is like, people get mad about freedom. Like, if you give somebody the freedom to do whatever they want, they are going to do something to piss you off. Might as well just accept that. Mentally unbalanced. Following people around a store and screaming at them while someone quietly goes about their business in a store. But you've decided that's mentally unbalanced. I mean, like I'm saying, if it's not abnormal that you saw it happening in every grocery store, every retail store, every bodega, every gas station you went into, you didn't wear a mask, the first thing that somebody said, "No mask, get out!" They were instantaneous. The management, everybody involved, if you walked into a store with no mask, like 6 people would, "Nope, get out." Nope. Also, like, they don't have the corporate change in Hawaii like we do here, where everybody's like, the customer's always right. They would be the first one to kick you out if they don't apply with their rules. Like, you didn't wear a shirt, you didn't wear shoes, you didn't wear pants, get out. You don't wear a mask, get out. This is the rule, you don't like it, don't shop here. Corporate culture is what killed COVID, is what ruined us for COVID, because the government certainly can't tell people they can and can't enter a business and what they have to wear or whatever to enter your business, but you as a business owner can certainly control that law. And if you wanted to be that one bar that was staying open during COVID and you had employees that wanted to come work there, good for you. I know a lot of people who would have worked through COVID. They didn't care. They were like, "I need the money. I'm not going to starve to death that I work through COVID." I know a lot of people who would have worked through COVID, who would have been coughing and sneezing all over your everything going to work like we did with the flu. Terrible analogy. Abortion protesters are allowed to be in public space, voicing their opinion. They can't enter the business and screaming at people, quietly going about their business. Okay, well, maybe I misconstrued that she's following me around the store. Like, you would get ratted out by an old lady, and then they would ask you to leave the store. Like, you wouldn't be able to go around the store without a mask, because there's an old lady at the door saying, "Hey, no mask! the second you walk in who's just volunteering her time to make sure that her local grocery store is staying safe of COVID. It's a social judgment, was what I was getting at. I'm sure I took it as a screaming heartbeat because I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. But not really in Hawaii. Not really in an Asian country, I guess. I didn't go, so I don't know, but you know, that like there's a lot of Asian cultures that the matriarch of their family says something and the whole family does it. Like, just if they said wear one shoe to work, they would wear one shoe to work. You know, like it's your lucky Wednesday, you wear one shoe. Oh, okay. You know. I mean, I don't even know if it's crazy. I think if like that, like when the restaurant I was working at, like there was a lady who had survived cancer twice and had just come off chemo when COVID hit, but desperately needed to pay her bills. And she was like, I would come to work if people wear their mask and take care of and like be respectful of our distance, and like, you know, we have procedures and stuff to keep us safe too, but people don't care about that. Like I have definitely been like coughed on, sneezed on, like spat on, like I don't know. I like the entitlement level of America went crazy in COVID. It went crazy. Yeah. They got used to people delivering their food to their door. Like, I have to leave the house to go get sustenance. It's just such a struggle now that when they sit down at a restaurant, they don't know how to act. Like, it's ugh. I keep saying I'm gonna go live in a cardboard box before I go back to the restaurant industry. I'm gonna have to find like a stable income by September, I think. And yeah. I don't know if it's going to be restaurants. Because of that, people are just... And I don't know if restaurants really like need to exist, and certainly not in the number that they currently do. Like, they have so much food waste. Like, the amount of food waste we get from restaurants is ridiculous. And none of them are really very profitable because they're like, you're literally paying the barest minimum to make it like, restaurants have to have the American restaurants are the problem, where you can't go into a restaurant a half hour before it closes and be told, oh, we're out of that, 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 oh, we're out of that. Yeah, we only made enough for like what people usually eat, and we're gonna close in like a half hour. So I've only got the pizza, the salad, you know, like the things that you might have left. This is what we have left at the end of an evening. Would be an absolutely crazy thing to hear in a restaurant in America. And I'm like, why? Like, I can't believe... I've definitely had this conversation with people when you actually are out of things. Like, I used to work at a steakhouse, and we'd run out of prime rib. Because you can't, like, prime rib takes a whole day to make. So we need to start it a day before, and if a whole bunch of people eat it, we're out of it by the evening. And I will never forget this Karen that came into my restaurant a half hour before our restaurant closed and said, ooh, I'd like the prime rib. And I'm sorry, we're out of prime rib. And she exploded. Like, I came here for this prime rib. I only come here for this prime rib. I eat this prime rib every time I come here. And I always come here at this time, and you always have it. I know you have it back there. You just don't want to give it to me. And I'm all like, why would I do that? Like, it made my life a whole lot easier to go, sure. Just give you that prime rib. Why in the world would I lie to you about that? And she's just... The whole time, I was like, let me get the manager for you. So the manager comes out there, comps their whole meal. Like the whole table's meal, because this woman is throwing an incredible hissy fit that we didn't have prime rib. It was awful to me, their whole entire service, and then left me no money. Not to mention she stayed well to a half hour after close. And then you still have to clean the restaurant once you're done with a high maintenance table. Because obviously I didn't get any cleaning done while Karen sitting out front, bitching about everything that's wrong with everything, and getting a free meal. Like, why is she still complaining? I mean, like, ugh. It's been years since I've been a server, and I'm still traumatized. Still traumatized. I have so many awful, awful server stories. Awful. Awful. This one time, I was taking a, like, this was my very early server days, and I went to grab this lady's plate. She stabs me, fork, in, like, the meaty part of my hand. Like, I pulled away a fork. Hand. She, like, they got a free meal too. Thank you. Restaurant industry is awful. Awful. And that's why I think they should be abolished. Or at least super expensive, so you can only go on like a special occasion. That makes sense. Like, I totally get having a special occasion. Like, oh wow, you're getting married, or oh wow, like I have friends in from out of town. Let's go eat and have a fancy dinner somewhere. That's a thing. I don't understand why you go and get home cooking. Like Cracker Barrel? Why does Cracker Barrel exist? I can certainly make all of that at home much cheaper and probably less time than it would take to drive to Cracker Barrel, wait for a table, have it delivered to me, and then twice as expensive. I don't get why Cracker Barrel exists at all. Things like McDonald's, I mean, I kind of get that there should be some fast food restaurants, but it amazes me that there are so many. Like, it's they kind of all serve the same food, if you really think about it. Like KFC and Bojangles and Popeyes, all kind of the same food. Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, all kind of the same food. I mean, I guess then you'd have a monopoly and then the prices would be out of control. That's probably why we have different ones. I'm sorry, I forgot capitalism. Sorry, my bad. You know, technically, that's why all the prices are the way they are, because capitalism. I mean, like, everybody talks about this inflation business. That's not how our economy works. Like, why does the interest rate lower inflation? I assume that if the government has a higher interest rate, then they're taking in money. Like, that's how the government makes money, is by earning interest off of loans. So I mean, like, do they destroy it? Is that how it's being recouped? That might be a smart way to put money back into the little people's hands. The lower class, because then you're going to tax people who can take out loans. If you're able to take out a loan from the government, you probably have decent credit, I guess. Hardee's burgers are the best. I haven't been to a Hardee's in 1,000 years. And I used to go regularly because they were the only fast food chain that served Monsters. But that was back in my fat days, when I used to drink the real Monsters that were 360 calories. Like, for one can was 360 calories. I was like, damn, that is a meal nowadays. That is a meal? Which, I guess this is still a meal, but it's 0 carb. Actually, it's 5 calories. I was like, 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 sugars, but no, they changed it to 5. It's 5 calories now. Sponsor me, Monster. Indeed. Digging the music today. Should shout it out if I can find the right tab. I have 3 monitors and 1,000 tabs on each monitor. That guy. Like, can you ever find it? No. Meetings at Midnight is what we're listening to. Stomp's playlist is the name. Give it a like, as you should. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more fun. Talk about all the random. Oh, I really need to get some more exercise. This is your take an exercise break moment. You can exercise anytime, anywhere. Even if you're like chair bound. I'm not, but even if you were chair bound, you could get some exercise in. Stretch it out. Don't forget to breathe. Everything's important in a day. Matters how you get through your day. Don't forget to breathe. It matters a lot. Breath is the foundation for life. To breathe. And I think on that special note, I should probably prepare. Well, I was going to say I was going to stream something, but I guess I won't, because I edit all the stuff that I have already streamed. So look for video uploads today. Hopefully I can get through one of these videos and do a review. I think I have an Endless Space 2 and a Furthest Frontier recorded. I just have to set up. Because the Furthest Frontier is going to be an update video from when I first played it. Because it's got a whole bunch of views. So I should try to make that a thing. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being wonderful. Don't forget your affirmation today is I accept myself for who I am. Create peace, power, and confidence of mind and heart. Breathe. Fourth, we'll be good to each other. Be kind to yourselves. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.